Take 2 on Mrs. Content.
Is it going?
Yeah, maybe I should do it.
Voice going.
Proper clap.
Yeah.
Started well.
What a relaunch. This is my favourite relaunch so far. Right, how are you?
This is Content Season 2. We're back again, baby.
Now I'm worried we're too close now that I'm looking across. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit intimate, isn't it? For new viewers to the show, what is this? This is Content.
This is Content. We
It's just a podcast where we talk,
Yeah,
isn't
we
it?
just
But
have
it
a
used to be
chat.
on a different channel, and there's lots of controversies in it. And the main controversy being that it wasn't very popular.
no, not at all.
What else is new with you?
Got this cool hat.
Yeah, what's the hat? What's behind the hat?
Rat Factory Productions.
That's we started since, and that's part of the reason why I think we think we could do the podcast more successfully this time. We've kind of rejigged our life a little bit. We've called our flat the Factory. It started off as the Factory, which was after Andy Warhol, who drew a tin can and that.
Shout out to Andy Warhol.
He had his sort of where in New York where he did all his art. He called it the Factory, and
Yeah.
artists were dropped in. So I was like, let's call the flat the Factory. And then Joe started calling me a little rat all the time.
Yeah.
And it kind of escalated from there. And there was, would you say, a kind of biblical moment where
we
you
sort of
realised...
sat under a tree. We had a biblical moment where we were like,
we sort of
hang
sat
on, we
under a
could
light
combine,
box.
combine Rat
Yeah.
and Factory.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, Rat Factory.
So our kind of production company that produces this show, I mean, it is still us, but
Yeah,
it's called
this is Content as a Rat Factory production.
Rat Factory Productions. We've done other stuff on this channel. You might have seen the When Eric Met Lottie video was produced by the Rat Factory.
Yeah.
So check that out. I don't know if I should do that, but it's probably on. It's probably actually the next suggested video. I would have thought because it's the next popular one. What are you doing?
Just give me some room to manoeuvre in the edit.
How many thousands of pounds do you think we've spent, or you've spent, sorry, since the last episode of This Is Content?
Oh.
How many bags? Is a bag 1,000?
I think a bag's about easily 3.
You spent 3
Probably
bags.
more than 3, I reckon.
So, talk me through.
We can
let's
add
break
it
down the
up.
bags.
Okay, so I bought an iMac.
Yeah, well, that's the big one. That's come out today. He's bought an iMac.
1600.
It's just an Apple desktop
And I have to
computer.
remember to turn it off.
For those that- yeah, we've got an air freshener that.
Little
Head
paid
goes a little
automatic
bit.
thing every
Can you
30
turn it
seconds.
off?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I would have thought you couldn't. It was just permanent.
So that's 1.6 bags
yeah.
on the iMac. Sofa, I think it was like 470. So
I can remember.
we're already at 2 bags. I bought a bike. That was 250 quid.
I didn't realise it was that much.
Or maybe it was 270. I think it was a bit more than 250.
Wow.
So we're at 2.25 bags.
Yeah.
I bought some Christmas gifts. It'd be gauche to say how much I spent on them, but
It would be gauche.
it would be pretty gauche. But
But is
I
that taking
reckon-
you above 3 bags?
no, not yet.
All
But
right.
I also bought myself one of those mics. I reckon with the Christmas gifts and me buying myself one of those mics,
Yeah.
that's putting us to about 2.5 bags.
Okay. That's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot of bags.
But would you say...
And then I bought a lot of mini rolls and such.
Yeah. Half a bag on mini rolls. So you got an iMac, which is one of the most expensive computers on the market.
Yeah.
And since he got it today, he's been on GarageBand and he keeps telling me he's going to get us out the hood.
Yeah.
Explain what, because what is the hood? Because I like living here. This isn't the hood.
Yeah, sort of like the...
And he said it doesn't mean we have to move out when we get out
it's
the
like the
hood.
rat race. Get us out the rat race. Get us out the hood. Like, the burden of having to go to our jobs and talk to people.
So
and
that's it. If you turn that 1.6 bags...
pay for sex.
have you done that? Joe did a thing called... I say he did a thing called like it was a thing that existed before. He invented Fabria, which is a good achievement in itself to invent.
I think so, yeah.
It's where you do
sort of. I don't think it's like an original concept, but yeah, it was my idea to do it.
In fact, I think I might have called it Fabrinho, actually.
You gave it a name.
Yeah. You gave it the substance.
Yeah.
He posted something creative on... Well, we'll go through this, actually, because it started... Well, so the idea is to post something creative every day in February, but it started on... what's the platform? Ko-Fi. You did a few posts on there and you ran into issues. What happened?
So, day 3,
I
had a poem. Mm-hmm. The poem had the word dick in it twice.
Right.
I posted it. I uploaded it to Ko-Fi. I tried clicking on it to share it, and it wouldn't let me click on the post. It kept bringing me back to my homepage. Yeah. And it wouldn't let me view the post.
Yeah.
Turns out they were censoring the word dick because I took it out and replaced it with stars, and they let me view it. And I went berserk, as you know.
Oh, yeah. Because more berserk than when we first moved in here. I don't know if we've told that story before.
I think we have.
Tangent.
But yeah, go on.
Moved in into this new flat that Joe calls the Hood. That Joe wants to get us out of so desperately. The flat only came with it was only part furnished. There was only one bed in one of the rooms, and Joe had to order a bed for his room. We got here. It's supposed to arrive. Argos was supposed to send it on the day we moved in. Mm-hmm. It didn't arrive, and Joe was absolutely berserk. We got a Chinese takeaway meal to... You can't subvert that. You can't say, "Oh, we got a little Chinese man in." If I say we got a Chinese takeaway meal in, there's no undermining that. We got a Chinese takeaway meal in to kind of celebrate moving in. His bed hasn't arrived. He's already fuming, but he's got a nice, lovely Chinese meal takeaway.
And I ordered a beverage with it as well.
A beverage, little Diet Coke, and they put the Coke right next to the hot food.
Warm.
And it was a warm Coke.
Warm. Also,
maybe one of the angriest I've ever seen you.
The Argos order had multiple items as well as my bed. It was my bed frame. So they did come, and the one item they bought was a clove sauce.
The censorship.
I was being censored by Ko-Fi.
Yeah.
And that made me angry because I don't think you can censor out. I don't think you should have to. And I was worried I was going to.
Could it have worked without using the word dick?
No.
Could it have worked with Dick Star CK? Not Dick Star CK.
No, I did that, but I feel like it takes away from it, and I don't like
because the poem was specifically about dick pics. It was about that was the concept. So to censor dick,
I don't like having to censor it. If I chose to do that, fine. It wasn't a choice.
Yeah.
So I moved to Patreon.
Right, and they allow you to do whatever you want on that.
Yeah, because they respect the art.
You can put dicks aplenty.
You can put dicks aplenty. I think you can put porn on there.
What if someone offered you a BBC show?
Yep. Big black cock, innit? Anyway, it's meant to be for artists, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit weird to censor.
I don't think you can, but that's fine. At least let you put I think just let you put an adult option on it so people have to click a button and say they're over 18. That's fine. Do that. Yeah. But don't just say you can't have it. Don't do that. That's outrageous. No. Don't do that.
Not on a dick pic poem. Come on. So sort of going backwards a bit. Fabrinho, why did that happen? Why did you want to do something creative every day? Could you possibly do something creative in this podcast?
I think I just was in a bit of a stagnation creatively, and I wanted to do something, and I felt like I had ideas that I just wasn't doing anything with.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I force myself to do something every day, one, it's like forcing me to sort of improve and be better, and two, I think it'll get some ideas out that wouldn't have, and it might not be fully formed.
Yeah.
But it'll get them out, and I think that's better than just not getting them out at all. Fire in the booth was huge.
Did a fire in the booth. So his fire in the booth was calling out Bojo, Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson, yeah.
You called him all sorts, every name under the sun.
I didn't. Daddy Pig called him out.
He's you did it
he's a different beast.
Under a character called Daddy Pig.
He's a different beast.
To me, looks a lot like you with a jumper on that says Daddy Pig.
I got no control over Daddy Pig.
When
Daddy
called
Pig
out
steps
Boris
in that
Johnson
booth.
for the way he's sort of been running the country, and what is it? You wanted even at one point you suggested we have Maggie Thatcher back over here.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. I think we sort of got ourselves sorted around the same sort of time. I guess it was Fabria. I think it was sort of leading up to it as well. We
we started to-do listing.
Well, that started from me buying the whiteboard.
Yeah.
Buying the one whiteboard that I got for the flat.
Mm-hmm.
And then, can I tell my whiteboard story, mate?
Yeah.
That's what I was set up to.
I know, I know.
Last little set piece. I thought you were going to bat me back with a subtle way again.
No, I don't. I wanted you to...
You wanted me to go, can I tell my whiteboard story?
Yeah, I know you were pushing for it.
It's not that good a story as well, really, when I think about it. The good bit about it is the email exchange, and I don't know if that's going to get into it's just a lot of effort visually then. I bought a whiteboard. I'm always going on about. Again, that was another one where I needed permission for that from you. As in, not permission, but I had to ask.
Yeah, you can.
Whoever it's a good idea to buy a whiteboard. I wanted one on wheels that you can kind of flip around, and I got one. Got like a big whiteboard. Got that, started writing to-do lists and stuff on it, which helped with our motivation, ticking shit off.
Wasn't fully functional then, was it?
Wasn't fully functional. There was a small dent. Well, a huge dent, really.
Well, sort of pinhead size.
Pinhead-sized dent in one of the sides, and I sent an angry email to the company.
Yeah.
And a man...
A small family-run company,
It seemed like a very small company because they replied with, like... The guy was called Echo. And when I sent him an email about the dent, he said, I'm sorry a lot for it.
And he kept asking,
and he was like,
is this okay?
Yeah, he was like, I can give you a £10 off your next purchase. Is this okay? And I was like, nah, mate, I'm fuming. And he said, we can give you a 50% refund. Is this okay? I was like, nah, mate. And then he just sent me a new whiteboard. So now we got 2 whiteboards.
Yeah.
So that's kind of born of that Fabrinho attitude of just fucking go for what you want in life.
Yeah, you want 2 whiteboards and to mug off a small family-run business because your whiteboard's got a tiny dent that you don't even really know is there.
Check out VizPro. And what was did you flag at any point during Fabrinho? Did you think you wouldn't make it?
Yeah.
When?
That 3rd weekend, that Saturday.
3rd weekend, wasn't
it? It was the end of the 3rd week.
Weren't you at the stage, though, then where you only had to do a few more videos?
Yeah, I only had like 4 more posts.
But you thought you might not make it?
But I was really... I think it had been a bit building to like... I'm going to have a real disciplined day.
Why? What happened that day?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think I remember
you know what? I know partly what happened. I think this compounded it. But that day, we decided to have a lie-in because it was Saturday, and I wasn't meant to be in at work till 2.
I remember, yeah.
And then I woke up at 9, and I got a text asking me to come in at 10.
Yeah.
So my whole day was shot. I was knackered. I'd been in every day that week.
Yeah.
And I had no time to get anything done. I think that was it. I think it was the routine being thrown off and having nothing done before I'd gone to work. Because if I was in at 2, I would have had stuff done. I would have gone on a run. And I think I'd been like getting stressed out just with things in general.
So part of our routine for the listener is to get up at 6:30 a.m. every day and get the fuck after it.
Yeah, and walk into each other's rooms. Like,
there's a playlist on Spotify. You can find all sorts of playlists like this, just motivational speeches, and we blast them at 6:30 in the morning.
Yep. We've not a care in the world.
Yeah.
For our neighbours.
I went through a phase of kind of blasting them about 6:15 and calling you a little pussy boy for not being awake.
You did, yeah. Eric will often, with no regard for my sleep schedule, if he gets up a little bit earlier because he's had an early night, Eric will go to bed at like 7 and then just walk into my room at 5:30 and go, wake up, after slamming on my door. And I have to tell him, I don't get up till fucking 6:30, you little bit.
I've fallen asleep so early that I've woken up at like 4, and then so by the time I've banged on your door at 5:30, I've been up for ages.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this morning's too
long. I think especially, I don't think it's so much now. I think we're both sort of settled in. We'll get up at 6:30.
Yeah.
But I think during Fabrinho, there was an element of who can get up first and be in the other's room to wake him up. I certainly felt that.
Yeah,
I was
definitely.
like, I was annoyed when you came into my room to wake me up. I was like, I can get up before him tomorrow.
competitive self-improvement almost.
Yeah, I think it worked.
I think it's good you need a momentum bounce off each other. I don't think we've taken our self-improvement and being beasts to the point where it's toxic. Would you say your masculine drives kind of been enhanced or something? Because you keep trying to wrestle me like way more frequently. You've always tried to do it, I think, but I think particularly last week, I don't know if I noticed it more.
I think you were just getting more annoyed a bit last week.
Yeah, I don't know if it was more last week, but I felt like I couldn't walk around the house without you trying to fucking get me in a master lock.
I don't think the actual wrestling happens that much. I think what it is,
it's smack talk.
I get like there is a lot of smack talk.
Yeah, but I'm on alert, so it doesn't even matter if you're wrestling me or not, because I'm like, he's gonna.
I get what happens is, right, I get a build up of energy, and I tend to just walk up to you and start sparring with you.
Yeah,
just sort of doing drills of just like punching you in the stomach and the chest, and sometimes I do get a bit carried away. And
yeah, but then I'll be literally
too much force into it.
I'll be literally not reacting, like not even saying anything, and he'll be like,
just walking around.
Yeah.
It sounds mental.
And then he'll eventually tucker himself out, and then he'll go to his room and he'll text me saying, "Why do you hate me, man?"
It's because you always say, "Can you stop trying to wrestle me?" And I'm like, "Oh man, why does he hate me?" All I'm trying to do is have a little wrestle.
Yeah.
And I'll sort of puff my chest out. Cool.
It's weird because you've sincerely said to me,
apologise.
Like being sincere that you really don't like confrontation and that.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
but I think it's just a build up of energy because it's not like a real fight. Even if we actually wrestled,
no, it wouldn't be a real fight. I'm not even. I don't know what I'm not.
I don't think that's confrontation.
I think it's the context of it. Like if we put a mini ring in the living room and we had like got arm around or whatever. And played like a Royal Rumble, I'd be well into that.
Yeah,
trying to get each other out the ring and
yeah,
but it's the trying to make my pasta or whatever.
Yeah,
and my hand-eye coordination isn't great as it is.
Jabs in the stomach.
So it takes me concentration.
Telling you to apologise.
It takes me concentration to like not
being a little rat.
I have to focus on the things that I'm doing.
Yeah,
I can't wrestle. I can't multitask with wrestling.
Yeah, I think I just get too energetic in those moments, and I've got to get rid of it somehow. And my way to do that is just to come up and give you a few jabs in the stomach.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't mind it too much.
Maybe we should get a boxing bag.
I think I prefer the jabs to the locks.
I don't do locks that often. I don't do locks like when you're doing like pasta or anything. The jabbing. I think the jabbing's maybe worse because I'll do it.
I think I don't like it when you corner me as well.
And I'll follow you around.
You corner me like so I'm literally.
I do that when I'm jabbing. I just thought, I do like you in a corner.
So I can't get to the thing I'm trying to get to.
And I'll sort of circle you when I'm jabbing you as well.
Yeah.
But the master locks don't happen that often, but they do happen sometimes.
They do happen. Yeah.
And
unfortunately,
you can't get out of them.
No. Oh well.
The way you move it,
it's like that. Boing, boing, boing.
Yeah.
You make my pee go. Boing, doing, doing.
What gave me the second wind? I think just the discipline.
You can't be giving up fucking 4 weeks in, 3 weeks.
That day I made a very concerted effort to stick to what I had to do, what I wrote on the board.
Yeah.
So I went on a run. And, I had a little moment out in the woods.
Yeah, which you can read about in his Fabria closing post.
Yeah.
On Joe Bowley 96 Instagram.
The Joe Bowley.
The Joe Bowley. Oh, just the Joe Bowley. Or is it 96 as well?
No, just for Joe Bowley.
Just the Joe Bowley on Instagram. Yeah. And
then I just kept... I think I did like... In terms of how much I was doing each day, I think I did slow down in the days after compared to what I'd been doing the weeks before.
Yeah, so
I was not getting as much done, but I was still getting it done.
Super clear. Like Fabria, as you've said, is a lifestyle more than just the putting something creative out every day, because it involved you being much more disciplined with like working it out or like running and stuff as well, and getting your chores done and all that, and so it was all that. But I found like I think the discipline comes from the habit of it. Like, I think I'm well more productive than I was a month ago, just because it'd be hard I feel like it'd be hard for me to not get up at 6:30 now.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of, I just wake up. Like, I tried to, like, Saturday, I have a lie-in. I have that as like my treat day, but I just woke up at 7, I think, because I'm just awake. Just like wide awake.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And you feel like, I'm just more in my head that I need to get through my shit. I need to get stuff done.
I think it was a point where I was like, if I don't do it today on that Saturday, then I'm not going to do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I give myself an out, it's like, well, I didn't do it yesterday, so I don't need to do it today. And then it just compounds. So it's like, I've just got to do it, even though I really don't want to.
Yeah. And how do you feel? So you did achieve Fabria. You did do the creative projects every day. How do you feel post it? Do you feel like that's led to a long-term change?
Yeah, I think I've been mostly better. I don't think I've been doing as much. Like, I could have been doing more. I think I could have been putting more effort in, and I'm going to get back to it. But I guess I was considering it a break from just going all out. But I've still been doing some stuff, trying to work on other projects.
I know you've got your computer to get us out the hood.
Yeah, I'm going to be getting us out the hood. So I think there's still projects coming.
What are the new projects?
If
you want, sorry. Do you want to talk about them?
Stuff that were, teased in Fabria, Finding Grimshanks.
Yeah.
Might be coming soon. Well, not soon, but coming. Yes, and might be coming at some point. The Right to Be Forgotten.
That's your Right to Be Forgotten is going to be your final album.
Yeah. It's
Joe's also a musician for the new listeners. But you want this to be the last chapter of Joe Bowley as a singer-songwriter.
Joe Bowley's...
Do you feel like there is a Joe Bowley that's definitely gone now then? Didn't that symbolise, like, post Fabria, do you think there's a kind of a Joe that you can never get back to now? In a good way, though. Or maybe in a quite a sad way. I feel like we're at the age where we're just kind of definitely not the sort of uni type of people we were now. And in terms of how we've actually changed as well. I
think there's maybe a Joe Bowley I don't want to get back to. And I've got to let that Joe Bowley go, and maybe that's what it symbolises.
What's the Joe Bowley you don't want to get back to?
Just sort of fat and miserable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're happier now.
You've done that joke before. Go back to season 1, see how you used that joke before.
What else do you want to talk about? The royal family?
Can do, if you want.
I'll put that down.
I don't really know how much about them.
No, I don't really know. Everyone's talking about it today.
The bloody gingers going on and he grassing them up.
Would you slag off your family that much in an interview? I haven't heard the interview, but I imagine
he's probably getting a fair few bags for it, isn't he?
How many bags do you reckon Oprah gives you already in her interview? I suppose it depends on the guest.
She pays people in cars.
Oh, how do you think an 18-year-old version of Joe Bowley, how would he assess where you are right now? He'd probably think this is proper rad.
Yeah, he'd go backwards cap, Joe's cool.
Yeah. Do you reckon he could even fucking believe the shit you've gone on to do?
18-year-old Joe Bowley.
Because I was thinking that the other day about myself, like, when you get sad and you're like, I should be happy with what I got, because actually I think if I was 18 and I thought about the stuff that I've done now, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
18-year-old you didn't see you ever getting an iMac?
No. I couldn't even spell it.
No.
I think that's my advice for people with a receding hairline if they're worried about it.
Shave your
head off.
Yeah.
Own it.
Yeah. Maybe that's not owning it.
Own your narrative.
Maybe properly owning it would be fucking letting people see it decline.
Yeah, but you don't want to get like a Friar Tuck haircut.
Who's Friar Tuck?
Little fella from Romeo and Juliet. Is it? No.
Don't know.
Robin Hood.
I'm bad at my Shakespeare. It's so different.
I know. I don't know what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Just while we're at it, to get some kind of more political, I don't know if this will make the cut, but
the nurses
1% pay rise.
1%.
I would have given them.
That's pitiful.
I would have given them perhaps 5%.
I would have given them 10.
I'd have given them 12.
No, but honestly, what are claps doing for them?
What claps?
those same Tory ministers who voted against them
What,
getting a proper pay rise, they're out on
claps?
there clapping on the doorstep. But when it comes to them voting, getting a proper pay rise, when it comes to them getting proper money, when they're begging at food bank, giving it, oh please, can I have some more tomato soup? Them same Tory MPs, I don't know what the accent. They're the ones voting. Saying no, you can't. You can have an extra £3.70 a day if you're lucky or whatever it is.
Well, Big John, I can't pay the rent this month. Can I make it up to you in claps? No, you can't, because claps isn't currency. Take two. No, because claps aren't currency. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, but the taxman's knocking. What you have to, taxman? You have some money. Oh, I can't offer you anything. Can I give you a little bit of HMRC? Fuck off is what they'd say. So Boris and all your little mates, all your little Eton mates, you've posh little bastards.
Off,
go back to your little posh school.
But you've got sweaty taints.
Take your Cummins, take your Hancocks,
An incredibly
take your Gavin
sweaty
Williamsons, and get for your sweaty taints, because they will be.
They
we know
will
they
be.
will.
Imagine just under his suit, fucking trousers.
It's horrible. It's horrible
taint.
under there. And you know
Hey,
what?
Gavin,
I bet if he wears a shirt, like a light coloured shirt, in the summer, I bet when he stretches, he's got marks right under his man boobs.
Teachers need to be paid more as well.
So, Daddy Pig taking down Boris with his new song, The 1%, coming soon.
Are you actually?
No, but it does sound sick, doesn't it?
Yeah, the 1%. That sounds sick.
Oh, that might
Should we
work.
make a song
It
called
might
The
be coming soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for joining in, and see you next time.